Hello everybody, welcome back to another Bitcoin update. I'm Chris and they're gonna see lots of interesting things that's happening right now for the Bitcoin price. Initially guys, on this video we're gonna see this very well manipulated pump that happened by big whales which trying to get wrecked you out, and afterwards we're gonna see this another pump that happened because the CPI data inflation rate which reported at 6.5%, which was far below the forecast expectation. And if you remember guys, I gave you this number that if you're gonna see I reported at 6.5, 6.4, 6.3 until 6.1, we're gonna have slightly pump to the upside, which actually happened. But guys, all this kind of pump, it's very temporarily, and for me it means absolutely nothing, because in the mid long term we're gonna get backwards because fundamentals are flashing very bearish. And actually this kind of pump didn't actually change my direction, at least because I see right now lots of people out there believe that this is the end of the bear market, which is something that for me it's funny, because a slight pump to the upside to consider this is the end of the bear market. Guys, I'm gonna give you very big proofs on this video and with big explanation to convince you that this kind of pump that happened, it was very well manipulated pump by whales. So if you would like to know all these things, you have to stay tuned until the end of the video. We're gonna give deep explanation, and before we jump to more analysis, let's smash 100 likes on this video, because with this way you're supporting me so much in this journey with a very simple process of daily likes, daily comments, sharing your social media. You help me a lot guys to push this video to more people, and this is the way that helped me a lot, and I appreciate you for this from the bottom of my heart guys. A big thank you to all of you. And let's jump straight to the 4-hour time frame to start our analysis, because we have lots of things to say. As you can clearly see guys, here we had a very beautifully downtrend movement, which we had this broke out at around $16,600 area. It was around here, and afterwards we start moving with an uptrend movement to this area. And guys, if you remember, after this broke out that happened here, I actually became from bearish bullish, and I told you that we're gonna have a pump to the price of the Bitcoin with a maximum price touching the $17,250, because I told you, if you remember, and I challenge you to go watch my previous videos to confirm my words. I told you that if you're gonna jump to $17,250, we're gonna get in an overbought position. That it's gonna mean that we won't have much power to push, much more buying power to push the price even more higher. And guys, I told you this exactly with a certain words, and I told you that after we're gonna touch this resistance area, we're gonna come to retest this support line for the fourth time, and we're gonna have a breakout, and we're gonna continue even more to the downside under $16,000. But look what happened here. We went up here, we retested this resistance, we saw a rejection to the downside, and suddenly we saw another pump to the upside, which was something that sign that probably whales gonna pump the price to the upside. But I told you guys here that with this kind of slightly pump that happened, we formed here beautifully ascending broadening wedge, which is also a bearish pattern with a very low technical price target, close to $60,000 or even lower if I remember well. And I predict you that we're gonna have a rejection to retest this support after this retest that was happening here. And look carefully guys, if we zoom in, you're gonna see that we had this retest on this resistance, we found weakness, and we start moving to the downside. And look how many hours we were in, around 8 hours we start getting to the downside, and suddenly we saw insane impulsive move to the upside, which you can understand this was a whale manipulation. Okay, and we saw a pump to the upside, and on this area that we were here, we were in crazy overbought position, and we saw another pump to the upside, which means that it was very clear whale move. So right now you saw that yesterday we saw a pump up to $18,250, and we had a consolidation phase here, and suddenly we saw here actually the CPI data inflation rate, which reported at 6.5%, and it was actually a bullish number, and I had predicted this number that if we're gonna see actually 6.5, 6.4, 6.3, 6.2, and 6.1, we're gonna have a slightly pump to the upside. And actually we we saw this kind of pump. We saw Bitcoin touching the $19,000 from this $18,000 that we were studying yesterday. We saw $1,000 more pump to the upside, and most of you right now gonna have concerns about if this is the end of the bear market. Guys, come on, don't be so easy changing your direction because a slightly pump from a technical side, it's really ridiculous. You have to look the fundamentals to actually be convinced that this is the end of the bear market, and fundamentals are still very bearish. Nothing changed at all. We're gonna still see one more capitulation. I'm telling you this for lots of weeks, and I still believe the same. We're gonna see one more last capitulation, and afterwards this last capitulation, we're gonna start building the bullish territory very slowly. So ideal we see this kind of capitulation to happen, and according to Jeremy Powell's speech, he guide us that this is gonna probably kind of happen at Q1 in Q2 or Q1 or Q2 in 2023. So it's around this bear market gonna end 5 months from now, 6 months from now, around this area. Okay, until then we're gonna probably stay, and we're gonna stay bearish. Okay guys, this is what I would like to tell you here. And before we move on, I would like to show you the RSI, which in the 4-hour time frame you're gonna see that we're standing at 84 RSI points. If you still believe that have more power to push the price to the upside, okay, it is what it is. I can say something to that. And guys, also here on the daily time frame we saw this symmetrical triangle broke out to the upside. And I told you guys that I was predicting here a retest on this resistance area and then a rebound, a trend reversal to the with big rejection to retest this support. And I was believing that we're gonna have here a big breakout, which gonna lead us to a very low technical price target, which was the $13,500. And guys, it actually we saw even more further pump. And as I told you before, my explanation on this trend reversal on this resistance area, it was because we had very big overbought position. So I wasn't believing that we're gonna see a well manipulation pump. So it's something that nobody can predict. Okay, you can predict the whales who can manipulate with billions or millions or whatsoever a price of the Bitcoin, probably billions, okay, on the Bitcoin, especially in the Bitcoin. So guys, here we have a technical price target, $20,600 area. We are around on the middle on this technical price target. And guys, the well plans is actually they tryna put the price of the Bitcoin as high as possible, so they can every day can convince you that this is the end of the bear market. So you're gonna open long positions from these areas if you're gonna get that high, which I don't believe that we have more power to push the price over $90,500, even $90,000. I don't believe they're gonna surpass this number, but let's say it's happening. It's still manipulating with as many buy pressure they have, and they're trying to get you to open big long positions on these areas, actually to put all in, because you're gonna be afraid to lose the train of the end of the bear market. And suddenly, with a magic a magic day, they're gonna pull off all the money and you're gonna wreck out very badly. Beware of that things, guys. I'm not financial advisor, of course. Do your own research before you do any move, but this is from my own experience. I believe this is going to happen over 95% and maybe 99% that we're going to see a reversal on this current situation, and the bottom is, of course, is not in, and we're gonna see also a new bottom, also one more last capitulation on this current situation. So be ready for that. And the most important thing that should pay attention here is on the RSI, because if you look here on the RSI, guys, you're gonna see that the RSI is standing at 81 RSI points, which is absolutely insane number. And look something, that the last time, guys, that we saw over 81 or 80, let's say 80, it was here, February 2021, over a year. And let's focus how the Bitcoin was in the price when we had an overbought position. It was over $57,000, which is insane number. Here we were actually in an overbought position the last time that we saw this crazy overbought position. Okay, and look here, right now we are in overbought position at $19,000. So you can understand what does it mean on this current situation, that the money are very limited on this current area that we're standing at $18,900, which standing currently. So guys, this is exactly what I would like to tell you from the technicals. I still believe they're gonna get down to under $16,000, under $15,000, and gonna move on to my worst case scenario personally is the $12,000. I don't believe they're gonna see Bitcoin crashing under $12,000. Altcoins, of course, I believe 99% we're gonna see crashes. 95-97% of most altcoins gonna see bad crash, especially when Bitcoin is gonna drop to that low numbers, $12,000, $13,000, and numbers like that. And lastly, guys, before I close the video, if you would like to analyze something on the RSI, I told you that if you're gonna see 6.7 or 6.8 or 6.6, we're gonna have crazy volatility on the market with ups and downs here, and then we're gonna move sideways until slowly gonna have the sell-off, and we're gonna move to the downside with a downstream movement. But if you're gonna see 6.7, 6.4, 6.3, as I told you before, until 6.1, we're gonna have slightly bump to the upside, which happened. And if we had 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, of course we're gonna have crazy bad crash on the market. This is exactly what I would like to tell you guys. Also, we have the next CPI data report at February, and we have a forecast 6.3%, which is, as you can clearly see, we're getting even lower and lower, which is some good sign that we're gonna get rid of this inflation thing, and probably gonna have some relief pump in the next coming months of the world markets, not only for the all markets, not only for the crypto market. And this is exactly what I would like to tell you guys on this video. I hope you enjoyed. You showed me so much love in my last video. Appreciate you for the bottom of my heart for this crazy love that you showed me. And this is exactly what I would like to tell you on this current situation. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Drop any comment. I'm gonna reply everything today, so drop any kind of comment that you have in your mind. I'm gonna reply everything, and see you tomorrow, guys, with my fresh updates. Until then, your boy Chris out. Bye.